When the rate of transmission hits 1.1, you're headed towards a bad place. So monitor that rate daily and correct immediately if you see an increase in those numbers. Beaches, we've talked about coordinating with other states, and this has happened in other parts of the country, other parts of the world also. We are one multi-state region. What one state does will affect other states. That is probably nowhere more clear than when it comes to opening beaches. One state doesn't open beaches, another state does open beaches, you will see people flood to that state. Georgia opened barber shops. People drove from out of state to Georgia to get a haircut. If New Jersey opens beaches or Connecticut opens beaches and we didn't open beaches, you would see a flood of people to Connecticut and New Jersey. And our relationship and responsibility to our other states, neighboring states, is important. We want what's best for New York, but we want what's best for New Yorkers. It's not in New York's interest to have New Yorkers going to a Jersey beach, which is now going to be overcrowded because you have people from New York and New Jersey going to that beach. It's not in our interest that people going to Connecticut beaches if those beaches are then going to be overcrowded. So we've worked with New Jersey and Connecticut. We've come up with an agreement that accommodates all needs, and it was done in good faith. The agreement is New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware will all be opening beaches for the Memorial Day weekend. States will have different specific rules about what happens on that beach. They'll all be plus or minus, but they're all basically in the same ballpark. They're opening Friday of Memorial Day weekend, state beaches. That includes local beaches, lake shores. It does not include pools. Pools are closed. But no more than 50% capacity, and that'll be done at parking areas, entrance areas, exit areas, et cetera. No group contact activities, no volleyball, no football, nothing like that. Areas of social gathering will be closed, picnic areas, et cetera, playgrounds, pavilions, arcades. Social distancing will be enforced for employees and for visitors. Masks must be worn by employees, and visitors must have masks and wear them when they can't socially distance. At this point, concessions will not be operating. We don't want long lines of people waiting on concessions for concession stands, and we'll ensure that staff levels are adequate to enforce these measures. On the beaches that are controlled by cities, towns, counties, municipal beaches, municipal lakes, the local government can decide to open or stay closed. If they choose to open, they must adopt the state's requirements at a minimum, and the chief executive can decide to do that. If they want to impose additional requirements above and beyond the state requirements, they are free to do that. That will be done by a home rule message, and those decisions should be made by the locals by Wednesday, May 20th, so we can plan accordingly. If a locality doesn't open beaches, we need to know that, because then we'll have more demand on the state beaches in that area. If they do open beaches, we need to know that also, just to understand the flow, the traffic, and where we have to staff up. Again, state beaches will be open on Friday before Memorial Day.